Hello, and welcome to the Scroll of Uplift. Today, I want to share something simple but powerful, something that quietly shapes your emotions, the way you move through the world, your sense of possibility, the choices you make, and the direction your life naturally leans toward. It's not dramatic, but it influences everything. And once you notice it, the way you experience your world begins to change for the better and in meaningful ways. The truth is simple. Your attention shapes your experience. What you notice, what you focus on, and what you return to again and again becomes the lens through which you interpret your life. This isn't wishful thinking. It's the physical reality of how your brain works. Inside your mind is a small but powerful system called the Reticular Activating System, or RAS. It acts like a filter, deciding which pieces of information reach your awareness and which ones fade into the background. Every moment, the RAS is scanning your environment, sorting through noise, and highlighting what it believes is important. And here's the part that matters. You train this filter with your attention. Each time you intentionally notice something, calm, gratitude, possibility, direction, you signal to your brain that this category of experience deserves priority, and the RAS responds by bringing more of it into your awareness. The same is true in the opposite direction. When your attention repeatedly lands on stress, fear, or self-doubt, the RAS highlights more of that as well. It isn't choosing sides, it's simply following your focus. Your world doesn't change instantly, but the way you perceive it does. The shift begins internally, quietly, and steadily. This is why two people can move through the same day and have completely different experiences. One notices stress, obstacles, and noise. The other notices opportunities, moments of connection, and small reasons to breathe. The difference isn't the day itself, it's the filter. And your filter is shaped by what you repeatedly focus on. Even a brief moment of intentional attention creates a ripple. A single second of noticing strengthens the neural pathway connected to that focus. A small action aligned with that focus triggers the release of dopamine, the neurotransmitter associated with motivation and progress. That chemical signal tells your brain, "This matters," reinforcing the sense that you're moving in a meaningful direction. This is how momentum begins, not through dramatic change, but through consistent, quiet reinforcement. You don't need to overhaul your entire life. You don't need to control every thought, predict every outcome, or solve everything at once. What you need is a single point of focus that feels honest and grounded. Choose one intention for today, one direction that feels aligned with who you want to become. One area where your attention can land without pressure. When you give your awareness to something meaningful, your actions naturally begin to follow. When your actions follow, your internal state shifts. When your internal state shifts, your confidence grows. And when confidence grows, belief becomes easier. This is the rhythm of change. It is subtle. It is steady. It is deeply human. Neuroscience calls this process neuroplasticity, the brain's ability to rewire itself based on what you repeatedly focus on. There's a well-known principle that explains it simply. Neurons that fire together, wire together. Each time you return your attention to something that matters, a calm thought, a meaningful intention, a small act of alignment, you strengthen the neural pathways that support clarity, direction, and inner steadiness. You are literally reshaping the patterns of your mind. You don't need to control every thought or overhaul your entire life. You just need one point of focus, returned to gently and consistently. Confidence doesn't arrive in a single moment. It grows through the accumulation of small, aligned choices. It grows when you witness yourself following through. It grows when you see evidence that your life responds to your decisions. This is why momentum feels quiet at first. It doesn't announce itself. It doesn't rush in. It builds gradually, like the way morning light fills a room. You may not notice the shift immediately, but it is happening. Each intentional moment contributes to the direction you are moving in. You can support this process by shaping your environment in simple, strategic ways. In psychology, this is called environmental priming. Your surroundings are always speaking to your brain, sending subtle signals that influence how you think and what you choose. When you place intentional cues in your physical space, you create conditions that naturally guide your attention toward what matters. Place a book where your phone usually sits, so reading becomes the easier choice. Keep water within reach throughout the day, so staying hydrated feels effortless. Set out your shoes the night before, so movement is already waiting for you. Keep your creative tools visible and accessible, so inspiration has a place to land. Your brain naturally follows the path of least resistance. When your environment supports your intention, you don't have to rely on willpower alone. You create a gentle structure that guides your attention and your actions. And when your mind wanders, which it will, there is no need for judgment. You don't have to force your thoughts into silence. Attempts to suppress a thought often make it stronger. This is known as the white bear effect. If I tell you, don't think of a white bear, what is the first thing that pops into your head? The more we fight against a thought, the more energy we give it. Instead of fighting your mind, practice a softer approach. Notice the distraction, acknowledge it, then return your attention to what matters. This simple redirection is a mental repetition that strengthens your ability to stay aligned. Over time, this gentle practice becomes more natural. Awareness becomes easier. Presence becomes more accessible. Your internal world becomes a place you can navigate with clarity rather than tension. Your attention is not a rigid tool. It is a flexible, responsive force that shapes your experience from the inside out. When you use it intentionally, your life begins to reflect what truly matters to you. You may notice subtle changes first: a calmer breath, a clearer decision, a softer reaction, a moment of patience, a sense of direction. These small shifts are not insignificant. They are the early signs of transformation. They are the indicators that your internal landscape is beginning to change. Your life responds to you, not in sudden dramatic bursts, but in steady, predictable ways. When your attention aligns with your intention, your choices follow. When your choices follow, your energy shifts. When your energy shifts, your confidence grows. When confidence grows, belief becomes possible. And when belief becomes possible, action becomes easier. You don't need to see the entire path. You don't need to predict every outcome or wait for the perfect moment. What matters is choosing one focus that feels true right now. Ask yourself, what deserves my attention today? What feels meaningful? What aligns with the person I am becoming? Choose something simple, something grounded, something real, and choose something that has the power to elevate your life in even the smallest way. Let your attention rest there. Support it with small actions. Shape your environment so it becomes easier. And when your mind drifts, guide it back with kindness. This is enough to begin reshaping your internal landscape. You already possess the tools you need: your awareness, your presence, your ability to choose where your attention goes. These are not skills you must earn. They are capacities you already carry. When these tools are used with intention, life begins to shift. The change doesn't come from force, but from alignment. It doesn't come from pressure, but from clarity. It doesn't come from control, but from understanding. You are not behind. You are not late. You are not missing anything. You are simply in the process of noticing your own power. And that noticing is the beginning of everything. Your attention influences what you experience. Your focus determines what you move toward. Your intention clarifies what matters. Your choices shape the direction of your life. You are capable of shaping a life that reflects what truly matters. You are already participating in that creation through every moment of awareness. You are moving toward a life built from clarity rather than habit. And it all begins with where your attention goes next. As you move back into your day, remember this: your attention is not just something you use, it's something that shapes you. Every moment you choose where to place it, you're quietly influencing the direction of your inner world and the path beneath your feet. Thank you for sharing this moment of time with me today. If this scroll resonated with you, feel free to like and subscribe for more. And before you go, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. What is one thing you want to give your attention to today? Something simple, meaningful, and capable of elevating your life in a real way.